Today I'm going to show you exactly what it takes to come back and beat a Madden champion. In this game I matched up with DubDotDubby, and I found myself in a huge hole at halftime. But with some key adjustments, I was able to mount a comeback against one of Madden's best. But before I show you how I did it, make sure to slide down beneath the video and smash that subscribe button so you know exactly when I drop Madden 23 bangers just like this. Getting into the game here, we see that W is in tight offset tight end, and I'm running the 3-3 looping blitz. Now, one thing that immediately gave me trouble was the inability to press this formation. If you were unaware, formations where receivers are lined up off the line of scrimmage can't truly be pressed. This is actually how things work in real life as well, so it is realistic. You can see early on in this game, my defensive adjustments are all over the place. This is my first game against somebody good in tight offset, and I wasn't quite sure how to defend it yet. I do manage to get a turnover on downs as the loop keeps coming through pretty clean this whole first drive. You can see W attempts to motion block, but it doesn't really matter. I get through almost instantly anyways. Now, switching over to my first offensive possession, you can see I'm running U-trips, and Dub is also in 3-3. On the first play, I see his corner is shaded to the inside. I'm going to key on this for the rest of the game. Maybe a little bit too much at times. On the second play, I clearly decided where I was going with the ball before it was snapped. I make the mistake of looking RB, then B, when my read progression on this play should clearly be B, then RB. Always touchdown to check down. You can see the post is uncovered as Dub played his outside defender in a flat and the safety in a quarter, which actually fails to match and ends up just dropping out here. Unfortunately, I make the wrong read and give the ball back to one of the best offensive players in the world. You can see when Dub gets the ball back, I'm still not grasping what I need to do properly to defend this tight offset. However, I am getting consistent pressure, so I'm just going to keep sending it. Jumping ahead a few plays here, you can see the first time I get agged by Big Don, aka Donald Parham. W gets unlucky here. As you can see at this point, he wasn't using the freeform passing system, which I do believe contributed. He has since switched over, as have most pros. The very next play, you can see an absolutely terrible user for me. I knew pre-snap that I had to cover whatever the crosser was. However, you can see me step up too far with Simmons, and now I'm out of position to take pits, and I ended up letting a huge gain up just by taking one step I shouldn't have. I get Dub into a 3rd and 12, and he goes for the ag again. This time we get the pass breakup. Look for a future vid where I teach you all that. Now, after we both started with a turnover, Dub decides to kick here, which I took as a huge moral victory. Back on offense, and you can see here again that we got nothing cooking. At this point, things aren't looking good. I'm getting locked up by one of the best offensive players in the world. I continue to lag, making defensive adjustments here, repeatedly leaving the running back open for free yards. And then I get agged again. And I want to make it clear that these ags right here are my fault. I'm simply not adjusting to stop them. Right after the ag, you can see I'm still shook, and I play some terrible defense right here. We leave Pitts wide open on a corner route. Here on 3rd and 6, I misread the corners. They're clearly shaded outside here, yet I try a go route, and the corner is able to recover and make a play. Clearly just a bad pre-snap read by me. Big 4th and 6, and we can't get the ball away. Even if we could here, it wasn't a great route combo that we put out there for the situation, so I'm not sure it would have mattered. Dub's first play back with the ball here, and I'm still not covering the running back, and it's another easy score. Back on offense, you can see I finally decided to start working the middle of the field, and I pick up a nice gain here with Big Don. Here the corners are shaded outside again, and I probably shouldn't be trying to throw this ball so hard, but just look at the release Keyshawn gets. I mean, and I'm able to freeform it right in there. We're finally in field goal range here. There's one simple thing we absolutely cannot do, and that's throw a pick. Yeah. So at this point, W is up 17 with the ball, and all his X factors active. If I didn't already have it, this right here is my oh shit moment. Here I finally make an adjustment, getting Kyer Elam back at free safety to cover Parham. It's not the adjustment that leads to the pick here though. It's a horrible click on by Dubby. You can see he accidentally stops, allowing me to get a free pick on the guy with a double me who wasn't doubled. Now at this point, it looks like I might start to mount a comeback. I got time to drive and I got the ball at half. Except first play, I throw an absolute blind one. We do finally manage to D up though, and the pressure gets through, and we scoop and score for 7, finally on the board. We go into halftime down 17-7 against one of the best in the world. We get the ball after half, so not feeling terrible here, but not feeling great. Going into the second half, you can see I'm immediately concerned with getting the X factors off the D line. Just trying to get some yards here. You can see on the 2nd and 9, as I go to motion snap this slant, W checks to a quarters call. Now you can see all 4 quarters drop out though. Nothing underneath matches either. So it's actually a free pass inside to this post. Here you can see I go for another bomb, thinking I have the leverage advantage, when W is in fact shaded correctly. But I do get lucky here, and sometimes that's all you need. And on the very next play, I'm able to get the safety to bite on the tight end. He gives him a step here, and Kittle ends up burning the safety for an easy TD. Now, jumping back to the defensive side of the ball, you can see I still refuse to cover the running back here, continuing just to give up free yards. This is just on me. I needed to be more aware on defense and make adjustments more quickly throughout the entirety of this game. Here you can finally see me take away the running back in the flat. You can also see how much better Elam is playing the corner routes from his tight end. Clearly, I should have made both of these adjustments way sooner. Here on 2nd and 10, we play decent D. You can see my corner and safety end up bumping into each other, but luckily, the ball is out of reach. Here we have an absolutely critical 3rd and 10. You can see we're playing the down and distance here. I have a flat dropping 10 yards on the left, and the coverage ends up bracketing Smith, who W targets on a long out route. What I mean by that is that W is all the way on the opposite hash, meaning the ball is going to take a long time to get there. As a result, you can see I'm able to click on and undercut the route, causing a pick. And just a few short plays later, I lock in on the go route again and throw yet another pick. At this point, things are looking rough again. But hey, at least we're covering the running back now. On 2nd and 10 here, you can see we absolutely D up. And on 3rd and 10, we finally have a good user and follow our assignment, which leads to a huge coverage sack. Now, W has a crazy punt here and pins me at my 1 yard line. Luckily, I'm able to get off my goal line with a couple of runs. Now, right here on 3rd and 10, I see an inside shade again. And this time, I'm right. However, before I can get the snap off, you see W is able to get an outside shade off. Surprisingly, however, the right of screen corner does not adjust his alignment and actually ends up still giving a free release to Keyshawn for a massive TD. Now, one of the best offensive players in the entire world is on a money drive, down 4 with 2:20 in all his timeouts. Not feeling great. And sure enough, first play here, I get agged. Giving up the field there is discouraging, but I know I have to just not give up the end zone here. The next play, we managed to get pressure again and get a huge sack. Then again on 2nd, we lock up. You can see I'm ready for the Saints drive out he keeps going to. You can see he's looking for this post, and I have it triple covered right here. And on 3rd and 18, I don't want to give Dubby any time to make a read. I scream his life away, and we force him into a check down, which ends up getting knocked out. And that somehow brings us to this 4th and 18. Somehow in a game where I was just down by 17 to dub, I now only need one stop to win the game and lock up the YouTube video. And sure enough, man, Sneeda Gaming itself knocks the ball out and wraps this game up for us. And this one here is just for good measure. Because at that point, I can't lie, I was kind of feeling myself. And that's how I came back to beat a Madden champion. If you're interested in more Madden 23 tips and tricks, click this one, where I go over how not to get agged. No, really, you know you're tired of that shit.